everybody and welcome back. I hope you had a really nice weekend. You're looking forward to the weekend. I've had a bit of a crazy week. Well, we all know that I told you before, my daughter's moved out and she's got this kitchen and living room which is in one, and she ordered a table and chairs for it, and it was a glass top table and it's 120 centimetres wide, but it was just too big for her living room. So I decided to bring her table and chairs to mine. Now I've got two table and chairs here. I have one huge table which seats about 8 people, and I have another one in the kitchen which I got from the 1990s, so it's a bit of an antique, seats about 6 people. And I have got rid of that table and chairs before, but I saw it again later on because a friend had it and they were going to get rid of it, and I asked for it back, so I got it back and I was really delighted to have it back. And I've made good use of it, but it's starting to deteriorate a bit. The table's fine, but the chairs, they need reupholstering. But I was reluctant to get rid of it because it's a really nice table and chairs. I'm going to show you in a minute. And I thought about it and I thought, well, as her table and chairs will be coming to me, I'll bring the bigger table and chairs into the kitchen and get rid of my little antique 1990s table and chairs. So I thought, okay, here's my little obsession coming in. I thought, I'll be fine, I'll get rid of that, have a new table and chairs in the kitchen, all be fine. So I call up this person that I know who's a friend of mine, and they come and take away the one in the kitchen, the 1990s one. So off it goes, and then they bring in the new table and chairs in my other room into the kitchen. So that one seats about 8 people. Looked fine. I thought, you know, I'll be fine with this. And I put my daughter's one into the other room. I'll show you in a minute. And it looks really nice. It's a really nice round table, glass top table with 4 chairs. And we ordered another one for her, a bit smaller, glass top table again, 4 chairs, cream and silver, a 90 centimetre one, so it looks fine in her living room, come kitchen. So I left it for a few days, and then I have this little obsession with furniture, and I don't know if anybody else does, but I know antique people do, but I'm not an antique dealer. So I had this dream, and it was a real bad nightmare, where I was looking for the table, this 1990s table and chairs, and I just couldn't find it anywhere, and woke up, decided I literally wanted it back. So I was agonising about it all day, and I thought, you know what, I'll give this person a ring and see if they still have it. He probably doesn't, he's probably got rid of it, and I've lost it, and I knew I'd have huge regrets then for the rest of my life. So I rang him and he said, no, it was still on the back of the van. So I said, oh God, please, I really want it back, because sitting at this other 8-seater table and chairs in the kitchen was just so uncomfortable. I just can't sit there, it's hard. Whereas the 1990s one, I'll show you in a minute, it has padded back, it's velvet, cushioned, yeah, it needs upholstering, but it's really comfortable to sit at. And 2 of the chairs have armrests, and it's all carved wood, and the base of it's carved from a tree trunk. And I thought, what am I doing? You know, I could have it reupholstered, make it look nice, and it's just really comfortable to sit at. Anyway, he said he had it on the back of the van and he'd bring it to me, and I decided to let the old one, well, the one in the kitchen, which was new, let that go, bring the 1990s one back into the kitchen. So he came and they did that. I have no regrets about getting rid of the new one, the 8-seater one, and I'm so happy to have the old one back. So in the meantime, I decided to have a little clear out of the garage, and there's this, it's kind of, I would think it comes from the 1930s, and it's, I think it's a bedroom piece because it has a mirror to it and drawers, and it's got a drawer in it which is lined with green baize, and I think it's what they used to keep their jewellery in, maybe the women years ago. And I thought maybe someone had just stuck it on, but looking at it closely, it's divided and it's got this green baize which is coming off, so maybe it was a bedroom piece. And I saw this piece of furniture about 10 years ago, and it's intricately carved and beautiful, and I just fell in love with it immediately. Paid a reasonable price for it, under £100, and it was delivered to me, had nowhere to put it, and decided to store it in the garage. And it's been sitting there for years, gathering dust. So I dug that out, and I thought I'd let that go as well. But then I polished it up, cleaned it up, and I looked at it again, and I fell in love with it again. I just thought, I cannot get rid of this, so I've got to find room in my house for it. So I'm going to show you the kitchen table and chairs that I've got rid of twice now, and I've brought back, and I'm definitely not getting rid of again. I think it's meant to stay with me for the rest of my life. So this is my table and chairs from the 1990s, and you can see the beautiful pattern on the table and how it's carved around. The chairs, look at them, how beautifully carved they are. And I cover them actually to stop the cats from getting hair on the seats, but they do need reupholstering there. And look at the carved wood at the bottom and the legs. Look how beautiful that is. And I think I just made a mistake thinking about getting rid of it. Twice now I've got rid of this, and I think this is it. This will be the final time. I'm definitely keeping this. And you just don't find chairs like this anymore. And this one has the arms I was telling you about, and the others don't. I have to put a cushion here because they're getting a little bit sunken in. But that's the table and chairs that I've got rid of, and I've brought back now into my kitchen, and I'll be keeping that. So that's the glass top table and chairs that I brought from my daughter's place. And you can see the glass top table's quite big. It's a beautiful piece of furniture, but it was too big for her, so we brought that here. And you can see that I'm covering up the seats to stop the cat hairs getting on. But yeah, that works in my living room, so I'm keeping that one there. And this is that beautiful piece of furniture that I saw in this sort of like, it wasn't really even an antique shop, it was more of a junk shop. I think they went to people's houses and cleared things out. And I just saw this and I just absolutely fell in love with it. And I think it's from the 1930s, and you can see how beautifully carved it is. I think it's all been done by hand. And in this drawer here, you can see it's empty. But this one, and it's got some old lino in it. I've got to clear that out. And it's got this like green baize that I think was there that's coming off. I think that's where they used to keep their jewellery. But it's got the mirror there as well. So I think it was meant to be a bedroom piece. And it's even got like little holes here. I don't know if you can see there and there. And here and here, and I think that there was probably something there once upon a time that's been removed, but all the legs are carved. It's an absolutely beautiful piece of furniture, and to think I was going to get rid of that, but no, I'm keeping that now. So I'm going to have to find a place for it, but I'm thinking of putting it in my living room and getting rid of another sideboard that I have. But that's absolutely beautiful, and I love this brass handles, so I won't be getting rid of that. I don't know what possessed me to think about getting rid of it anyway, but now I've dusted it off and polished it up, I think it just needs a little bit of work just to make it look a bit better, but I'm keeping that. I definitely have an obsession with furniture, and I didn't really realise that this week until I got rid of that table and chairs and brought it back. And when I think back in the past, I used to have this nest of tables which was mahogany, and I love mahogany, and I got rid of those as well, and I always regretted it. So I'm going to have to be much more careful about things I keep and get rid of now. And it's it's the same when I see pictures of people's houses and I see their furniture. My eyes go straight to the furniture. So this week I've definitely discovered that I have an obsession with furniture. It's like this mirror here, this piece here. I don't know if you can see, but I think it's something to do with this dark wood. I really like it. My mum gave me this mirror and it doesn't really work in this room and I don't really know where to put it. My house isn't that big for it, but I'll not get rid of it. Again, it's all carved, it's beautiful, and I just think that for sure I've got an obsession with furniture. I don't really know anybody else who's got an obsession with furniture. I'm sure people in this house think I'm mad, but I've got lots of other little obsessions like shoes and boots. I'll show them to you at some point, but I'm sure that you have too, and I'd love to hear about your little obsessions, and I'd love to know if I'm the only one with the obsession with furniture or if there's other people out there that have the same obsession with beautiful furniture, or they just see something and they love it and they get attached to it and they can never part with it. So I thought I'd share my little furniture obsession with you and show you what happened to me this week. I'd love to know if I'm the only one with a furniture obsession or if there's others. I mean, I have lots of other little obsessions. The other ones are shoes and boots, but I know so many other ladies that do. I'll probably show them to you sometime. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely weekend, and the weather at the moment, as I'm speaking, is a bit glum out there, rainy and windy, and when I probably upload this, it'll probably be beautiful. So I hope so. I'm really looking forward to the summer. Let's hope, fingers crossed, we get a really good summer. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and